Yeah. Now on example number 5, you can pause the video and try this first before you continue watching. Try this because it's similar to question number 1 and it's very simple. Okay, let's go. Now this is B. Let me just name it A, B, C, D, E, and what? F. Let's name it like that. So the first thing we are going to do is to separate the beam. We separate the beam, and while separating the beam, I'm drawing the free body diagram. So I'm going to draw the top one first. You can see this is the internal hinge. It's very much more similar to question number 1. So let's draw the beam. Let's draw the first beam. That is the free body diagram for the first beam. So it's like this: arrow A, HA, and here is 500 Newton. And if I'm taking this the upward, an assumption for my B, let me take this to the upward. So don't forget that this place is 6 meters, while this place, you know, from here to here is 2, from here to here is what? 3. So the distance from here to A is nothing but what? From B to A is nothing but what? 5. So it means that this place is going to be 5 meters. Please take note of that. Okay, so now the first thing we are going to do is nothing but okay, let me draw the, okay, let me first solve this first. Summation of horizontal force. Do we have any horizontal force? Yes, HA will be equals to what? 0. So summation of vertical force 0, and vertical forces are arrow A plus arrow B minus 500 equals to what? 0, which means that arrow A plus arrow B will be equals to, when it comes here, that is 500, equation what? 1. So the next thing is to take moment. I will take my moment. If I take my moment, I will take clockwise moment about point A, be equals to what? 0. If I take my moment, I'm going to be left with these two forces. So, and this one is going to give me what? Anti-clockwise moment, while this one is going to give me what? Clockwise moment. So 500 times the distance it covers, which is what? 6 minus arrow B times 5 equals to what? 0. So 6 times 5 is 30, so this one is 3000 minus 5 arrow B equals to what? 0. So which means 5 arrow B is equals to what? 3000. It means this one goes to the other side like that. So now arrow B will be equals to 3000 over what? 5. And 5 here, 1, 5 in 30 is what? 6. So it means that arrow B is equals to what? 600 Newton. You get that? So now, can I get my arrow A? Yes, I can get my arrow A. I want to get my arrow A plus arrow B equals to 500. From equation 1, arrow A will be equals to 500 minus arrow B, which is equals to 500 minus what? 600, which is equals to what? Minus 100 Newton, which is equals to what? 100 Newton. But arrow A, look at arrow, is an upward force. It should be a what? Downward force. You get that? So now, the next thing now is to draw my beam D, B, E, and F now, and so now let's do that now. It's going to be like this. This is a roller support here. I'm going to have arrow D. So don't forget, I've gotten my what? Arrow B, and my arrow B is nothing but what? 600 Newton, and I'm taking it to be a what? Upward force. So it means if I'm drawing this one now, it's going to be a what? Downward force. Okay. So now it means that this one is going to be a what? Downward force here. It is B. And from here to here is what? 2 meters. And don't forget we also have another force on the second beam, which is still what? 1000 Newton. But this one, RB, on my B is nothing but what? 600 Newton. And do we also have anything? No. So this one is a hinge support, RF, and horizontal F. You get that? So now this one is 3 meters. This one is also what? 3 meters. You get that? So now let's find our horizontal force equals to 0. So it means that this one will be minus HF equals to 0. HF is still equals to what? 0. No difference. So now let's take our upward force. Is my coordinates equals to 0. So equals to 0. It means that note that which one was negative that time? RA. Look at RA here. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with this one. Look at it here. It doesn't have anything to do with this. So it means that we will take this like that. Upward force, that is RD plus RF minus 600 minus 1000 equals to what? 0. So RD plus RF will be equals to what? 1600 equation what? 1. So the next thing is to take moments about D. You can decide to take it about F. Anyhow, so if I'm taking it about this point, downward force will give me what? Will give me a clockwise moment. So let me start with 600 times the distance it will cover, which is what? 2 plus 1000 times the distance it will cover, which is 5 minus RF, which will cover what the total distance? 678. RF times 8 equals to what? 0. So 600 times 2, that is 1200 plus 5000 equals to 8 RF. So which is 1200 plus 5000, that is 6200 equals to 8 RF. So for me to get RF will be equals to 6200 over what? 8. 6200 over 8. 6200 divided by 8. Maybe my calculator will be good. 6200 over 8, that is 775. 775 Newton. Yes. So now can we get our ROD? Yes, we can get our ROD. ROD from equation 1 here will be equals to 1600 minus what? RF, which is equals to 1600 minus 775. So if I subtract 700 from this, I'm going to be left with what? 900. Subtract 75, you'll be left with what? 820. Is it 20? 0 to 20? So it's 825, yeah. 825 Newton. So that is the answer. That is the answer. So thank you. The last but not the least, example 6.